Lesson 33, Science and Technology. Hello and welcome to this lesson. Today, we are going to talk about science and technology, the new and emerging fields of science, the everyday technology we use, and the verbs we use to describe scientific processes. This is a fascinating and ever-evolving topic, and the vocabulary will help you understand and discuss scientific developments with confidence. So, let us get started. New sciences. First, let us look at some newer fields of science. You are probably familiar with the traditional branches of science, like chemistry, physics, botany, and zoology. But what about these more recently established fields? Genetic engineering works with the genetic material, the DNA, of living things to alter, which means change, usually slightly, their features, which are their typical qualities or important parts. This field produces GM foods, genetically modified foods, which are grown in some parts of the world. Ergonomics studies the design of physical working spaces and how people interact with them, that is, how they communicate with or react to them. Molecular biology is the study of the structure, the way parts of a system are organized and function, the purpose of the molecules, the basic chemical units or groups of atoms that are associated or connected in our minds with living things. Voice technology is technology which makes it possible for machines to interpret speech, that is, to decide the intended meaning of what is said. For example, voice-to-text software. Stem cell research is the study of the use of human cells, the smallest basic parts of a plant or animal, to treat diseases and injuries and to repair the body. Cloning is the creation, the making of something new that did not exist before, of exact copies of plants or animals with the same genes as the original. Hydroponics is the science of growing plants without using soil, the top layer of the Earth's surface in which plants grow. Everyday technology. Now, let us look at some everyday technology we are all familiar with. We have smartphones, mobile phones with advanced features, tablets, flat, portable computers with touchscreens, 3D TV, televisions that show images in 3 dimensions, high-definition camcorders, cameras that record video in very high quality, sat-nav or GPS, which stands for Satellite Navigation or Global Positioning System, devices that help you navigate, and digital photo frames, frames that display digital photos on a screen. Verbs used in science and technology. Finally, let us look at some verbs used in science and technology, along with their collocations. He experimented with different materials before utilizing, which is a formal way of saying using the most suitable one. The technician pressed a button and lights started flashing, turning on and off repeatedly. When she pulled the large lever, which is a bar or handle that moves to control something, the wheel began to rotate, which is a formal way of saying turn. The zoologist dissected the animal, meaning she cut it open to study its parts, and extracted its organs, which means she took them out. When they were combined, the two chemicals reacted violently with each other. After analyzing the problem, studying it carefully, she concluded that there was a flaw, a fault, mistake, or weakness in the theory. Finally, insert the disc into the DVD drive to install the software, or visit the website to download it. Insert is a formal way of saying put in, and install means to make it ready to use. So, that is our lesson on science and technology. These terms and verbs will help you discuss scientific fields, everyday devices, and experimental processes with confidence.